This is like my happy Father's Day to my Heavenly Father, to God. And I typed this up yesterday when I was watching a video on YouTube. I was like, you know what? Let me pause this. And I just started typing. And I wanted to put this message out. I think it can help a lot of people. You know, years ago, I went through something very tough with my son's father, very tough. And the depression could have basically took me on up out of here. And God would not allow that. He was like, no, God came through immediately. You know, there was no person, no family member, no one that was like, I'm here. You know, I literally went through this, just me and God. That was it. You know, I spoke about my situation years ago on my channel in an older video, but I plan on going into detail because I feel like it can help other people who, you know, might be going through the same thing. And, you know, a lot of questions that a lot of young women and men usually have is, how did you get through it? You know, what did you do? What helped you? So I plan on, you know, doing something with that later. You know, when I look back at how God, you know, handled me, I'm more appreciative versus how I started. Because, you know, at first I had no clue, you know, why are you taking me through this? You know, I felt like in my mind, I was ready to, you know, jump into another relationship. I didn't want to be single or isolated. I wanted what I wanted, but God allowed me to see things differently. We always hear that saying, God works in mysterious ways, and this is true. You know, if you're praying to God, you're asking God for certain things, it's usually the opposite of what, you know, what he'll bring you. You know, if you're asking God to strengthen you, he's going to bring you some tough situations that you have no choice but to be tough in. You know, if you're asking him for lots of money, he'll, you know, put you through different tests to, you know, see, well, how are you with money? Do you give? You know, it's his ways are just so different from ours. And I am forever grateful for the lessons. You know, God needed to toughen me up, so he brought in very hard to handle situations that gave me a new skin, a very tough skin. And he showed me that it's okay to be alone. You know, and during that storm, that tough time, you're really never alone. God is always there, you know. And in that alone time, you discover so much about yourself that you might have buried when you were in the relationship. You know, different things like, wow, I didn't know I could do this. You know, I remember breaking down, crying after my son's father left us. I was trying to do my son's hair. And I kept saying to myself, God, I can't do this. I need someone. I need the help. I was angry at the time. You know, fast forward, you know, I'm washing and styling his hair like a pro. You know, I don't cut his hair, but I know how to style it without, you know, crying or breaking down. I always felt like, you know, I need someone. I need a husband. I need somebody, because I didn't know how to do a boy's hair. You know, I learned a lot. I had no choice. I had to tough it up and figure it out. You know, when I compare past version of myself to the girl I am now, I am extremely proud of myself. I will pat my own self on the back. And I really literally do that. If I work on an animation late at night and I watch it back, replay it, I'm like, wow, I'm proud of myself, you know, and I pat myself on the back. Anyway, all praise, thanks to my Heavenly Father. You know, the girl before God was drinking. I used to, you know, smoke with my partner. Very sensitive, always allowed people to run all over me. I didn't have a voice, always dimmed my own light. I absolutely love what my Heavenly Father is doing through me. And past people, family, friends, they'll say, oh, she's not really this way. She's faking. She's this, she's that. You know, people I haven't talked to in many years, people that I've cut off because either they betrayed me or they just weren't, you know, good people, and God had to remove. You know, remember, God hears conversations, you know, the plots and plans of the wicked before we do. So we just have to trust his plan and where he's directing us, leading us. So I get it. You know, people are still stuck on who I probably, you know, used to be around them, and then they'll just sit there and bring that up over and over again. That's fine. You know, but I love what God is doing, you know, through me. I love how I show up all confident, brave, all credit to God. Nothing family or friends can take credit for. I used to be a social drinker back in the day, many years ago. I can't remember the last time I've had alcohol. And I remember going through my spiritual transformation. I no longer wanted, desired, had a taste for, like all of it left. I could feel certain things inside of me changing for the better. You know, all credit, all praise to God. You know, if you are someone who is dealing with addictions, sex addictions, porn, whatever, and you allow God in, because he's not going to force himself. He's there. You have free will. He's not going to force himself on you. But just know when you decide, you know, I'm going to turn to God, I'm allow him in. Watch how he transforms different things about yourself, you know, things that you were addicted to, you no longer desire. It's pretty amazing. Before I close this video, because I didn't want to make it too long, the enemy wants you to lose your mind. He wants you to stay stuck, very codependent on other people to fix all your problems. He wants you to turn to those drugs and alcohol, which will only keep you further in the sunken place. Let me tell you, God is ready when you are, and those people you keep turning to for all the answers, that's like a temporary band-aid for your suffering. You know, they can hear you out, but they cannot fix, you know, what you're going through. Only God can do that. So go to him afraid, crying, angry, and watch what he does in your life. You know, I'm here to tell you it's mind-blowing what God can do.